I thought packing for Morocco would just be about clothes and luggage. I was so wrong. This process of figuring out what I'm taking with me, what I'm leaving behind, what I'm getting rid of, what I'm storing, what I'm giving away, it's been a lot. And yes, I do plan to show you some of the crazy things that I am going to be taking with me as I move to Morocco. Hi, my name is Kalima Fergus Ayele. I am an international school leader and CEO and founder of Round Trip Ticket Home, where we support schools and school leadership teams in using design thinking tools to build cultures of connection and belonging. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been following my journey, you already know that I am currently in the process of preparing to move to Casablanca, where I'll be working at the American school there. And so what that's involved in a lot of just the logistics of packing and moving. And while I've done this many times before, I recognize that there are some things that people just don't know about that process of packing and moving and might be curious about, whether it's for your own journey or if you are just a voyeur who wants to know what it's like. So I should start by saying that I am a huge fan of Marie Kondo, and I love the way she walks us through a process of really thinking about the items that we have in terms of whether or not they are bringing us joy. And I think that's really an important thing to think about when you think about the things that you want to have with you, especially when you're going to be in a new environment that is unfamiliar, and you just might want some things that feel like home. But also I think about the fact that you can't take everything with you, right? You can't take all the things that you enjoy with you. And so there are some things that I approached with this process that was a little strategic and thinking about where I'm going and what I will be able to get there, what I'm excited about getting there, but also thinking about the things, weight, size, etc., will help with that decision about whether or not they'll go with me. Okay, so I want to start with just talking about my strategy. My packing strategy really was to think about how I would use the space efficiently. And so I am carrying 3 large suitcases and 2 smaller suitcases. And so just straight off the bat, I'm thinking about putting larger, lighter items in the larger bags and then those heavier items in the smaller bags. And so I won't be able to take a lot of books, unfortunately. I set aside some books in the event that, okay, as I go back and forth, maybe there's some things that I'll bring back with me on another trip, or if I have a friend or family member who's going to come visit, maybe they can bring me a couple books. But honestly, I started shifting to getting more of my books on audio and really trying to get used to using an audio book. And so what I did this past week was I finished a hardcover book that I'd been reading. I finished that just so that I could have that sense of completion and not feel that pressure to bring that book with me. And then I started listening to an audiobook so that I was already in the habit of listening to audiobooks. So that's one of the first things that I thought about. The other thing that I was really willing to not bring was a lot of artwork, a lot of work that I've held on to, that I've traveled in the past and lived in different places. I shared in some other videos that I did end up opening up and selling a lot of my art. And that was a really beautiful way of me saying, I've enjoyed this piece of work and I would like for someone else to be able to enjoy it. Now, the items that didn't sell that I wanted to hold on to, I decided to just store those. There are a couple of things that I would consider to be a little bit more sentimental that I've just set aside, again, with that thought of, if it's small, if I decide I really want this to be with me, then I can always bring it back on another trip. The other thing that I really had to think about was beauty, health aid products, right? So the things that I use continually for my skin, for my hair, for my body that just feel like they're part of my general health and well-being. There are some items that I was able to bring with me when I went to visit and leave there. Don't ask me what those items are. It's been over 2 months months. So literally it'll be like Christmas. I'll be like, oh, I have this. There are some other things, and those of you who grew up like me know how we do, where it was just enough lotion left in that bottle, and I was like, we are going to use this lotion until we get on the plane and then leave the bottle behind. So there was a couple things where it was like that, where the face cream was like, okay, I've got 1 week worth of face cream. I'll leave this out. I'll use this up. Same for a couple other things. There are some things that I'm just on the fence about. There are oils that I'm just nervous about packing and taking, because in my mind, I'm saying worst possible scenario, this bottle breaks, this bottle leaks. Yes, I do have those Ziploc bags that I will put each of those items in, but that's always a consideration too, because it does take a lot of weight. They're heavy, but then I'm also thinking it will destroy potentially so many other items if I take it with me, and it might not be worth it. I'm still on the fence about a couple things. I know I'm down to the wire here, but I'm like, if I can fit it, yes. If not, it's fine. I'm willing to live without it. I'm also thinking about this as 3 months. What do I need 3 months worth of? Because in my mind, 3 months, if you know the way the school schedule is, we will get through the entire fall, and then either the long holiday, which we would call winter holiday, or Christmas break, or New Year's, however you want to think of it. I could potentially be traveling somewhere. I could potentially connect with someone from the US or from somewhere where I can get items that I need. And so I'm thinking about it in a three month stint. I think I already talked about the decorative items. I already talked about the other things. Clothes and shoes. Now, I am going to run into some challenges here, because I already started packing clothes, and I have 2 systems. Well, let me start with the first system. First system, which is laying clothes flat. I did that first, and then I got the vacuum bags, because I was like, oh, maybe I can get more clothes in with the vacuum. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not impressed with what happened as a result of the vacuum. I unpacked everything after the laying down and the clothes packing. I will say this, for a puffy jacket or for something that you know has a lot of air in it, absolutely the vacuum thing made sense. But I did not get more clothing into that suitcase by using the vacuum bag. It was my first time using it. So maybe I didn't do it properly. If you're an expert on the vacuum system, let me know immediately, because I need that information. I think I might have to repack that bag. I'm just going to say it, because there are items that I feel like I have vacuum sealed in, and there are items that I haven't, and I'm worried about the ones that I really want not fitting. And so I might have to do that whole thing again. And honestly, that's kind of what's stressing me out right now. There are some things that I am bringing with me that I think are just crazy to bring with me. And I'm just going to say it. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? And then I just have this other little voice that's like, but we want this. And I'm like, all right. And I think it's okay to honor that. I think back to 30 years ago, I was a Peace Corps volunteer in East Africa, and my mom came to visit, and she brought, I'm not even kidding, this was 30 years ago. So this was before 9/11, before the high level of security that we have now. She brought carrots and celery. And I remember being like, you brought vegetables to East Africa? Where I live in a town that literally grows all the produce. It was crazy. But I remember thinking about her when I started packing, and the things that I was putting in back, I was like, oh, I am my mother. This is happening. Willing to be vulnerable and be like, yeah, I want to take this. And some of those things, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm showing you them before they might have fit somewhere, and things might have to be rearranged. So we might get on the other side and I'll be like, it didn't make the cut. There is the packing journey. I usually try to keep these videos a little shorter. This one was a little longer, but I think it's okay, because I thought maybe folks would be curious about what I am bringing with me. Again, if you have advice about, because I have the compression bags as well. Those I know work really well, because I've used those for just being able to get lots of stuff into smaller bits of luggage. It's the vacuum bag that I'm not sure about. And please don't look at the fingernails. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do my nails again before I leave. And I don't want to do them while I'm packing, because they're just going to get messed up, and I don't want to be stressing about my nails breaking or scraping nail polish everywhere. Keep them out of the video, but that didn't work out. All right, I will see you next time. Bye for now. Okay, I just wanted to share a few items here. Clorox is coming with me. I put them in a little baggie. I'm bringing the conversion for the plug. I'm bringing a sponge just so that I have the things that I need without going shopping. I love tea. The hard container is probably not a great idea, but anyway, I have some weight bands or stretch bands for working out. I have a couple books that are in hard copy. I have compression socks for the flight. I don't think I'm going to be able to take the lint roller. I'm not sure if it'll fit, but we'll see. I'm not going to bring the hair oil because I'm worried about it possibly spilling. Caribbean folks know we need our castor oil. I'll bring it if I can. I'm going to try to take the perfume. The lotion is almost done, so don't have to bring that, which is great, but I am going to bring some hand cream with me. I will try to bring the Listerine, though. I'm not going to bring any sunscreen with me. I am also not going to be bringing my hairspray. I'm also not going to be bringing this lotion. The bottle is heavy. I will be bringing my Yeti. I will be bringing noise-canceling headphones and will be bringing a puzzle. So there you go.